"This can't be real" is the first thought that comes to mind when you see an American wrestler stand up and continue the fight after being smashed to the floor by his opponent in the ring. Ukrainian masked fighters decided to surprise the viewing audience. Stay with us and find out what professional wrestling is all about and what the people who hit each other with fists, chairs, and tables look like. For me, wrestling today isn't just a sport or a hobby, it's a way of life. Why did I get interested in wrestling? Maybe because with my body weight I can do tricks which nobody with the same body weight can do. It is unusual for a girl to be involved in wrestling. That's why I'm doing it. It's my hobby.
Рестлинг – это борьба. В данном случае это постановочные бои.
Wrestling is a combat sport. In this case, it is stunt fighting. Wrestling involves both sports, many kinds of sports, and fighting, gymnastics and acrobatics, plus having acting skills, making a show and having the ability to perform on stage in any kind of show.
Умение себя вести на сцене в любых шоу-программах.
Wrestling originated in the US. This is a well-known fact, and its development as entertainment originated there as well.
Для развлечения. Отличие американского рестлинга от...
The difference between American and Ukrainian wrestling lies in the fact that we make real blows. The blows are real, but safe.
Но безопасные. В Украине рестлинг распространился ориентировочно лет...
In Ukraine, wrestling started to spread around 5-7 years ago, absolutely by coincidence. It was a gathering of enthusiasts and ex-sportsmen, but there are no ex-sportsmen who were also into martial arts. Some were into theater, some into the circus. In short, a lot of different people of different professions.
Театра, кто-то с цирка, очень большое количество людей разных видов профессий.
У наших спортсменов, конечно, есть изюминка. Достаточно просто посмотреть обычно.
Our athletes have something special to offer the viewing audience. It is enough for an average viewer to watch our show and a Western show, mostly American, to understand that our shows are more realistic, sincere, and heartfelt.
Я занимался тэквондо, являюсь инструктором по хортингу.
I discovered wrestling from my friends. I was invited to train with wrestlers because I had prior experience in sports. I've been training with this team for more than 6 years now. I like it, and I am even absorbed by it. First of all, wrestling combines different kinds of sports. I've been more into gymnastics and acrobatics, but I also liked martial arts. This unites them all. Perhaps wrestling is the kind of sport which suits me well. I've made more friends, and everybody who discovers my hobby is shocked because a girl in wrestling is very ambitious and surprising. I feel myself confident and comfortable in the company of my teammates. I like it. They support me. I support them. We are a team. We are together, and it's that simple. I thought that I couldn't do it. There was just no way I could do it with my body weight. I couldn't believe it. I've made here. I tried it out and I liked it. The trainer said I could do it, and I continued training. Thanks to wrestling, I got to know the other wrestlers. They have taught me some things, show me some tricks, and how to do certain stunts correctly and safely without sustaining any serious injuries.
За постановку и идею боя отвечает режиссер.
The director stages the fight and designs the idea. There are also the performers and a trainer-director. The fighters use a lot of different martial arts techniques. The fight is mainly prepared at the gym.
Постановка боя происходит в спортзале.
Wrestling is about gimmicks, which are character types. There are good guys, villains, and mixed types, and sometimes there is also a clown character. The battles are 1-on-1, 2-on-1, 2-on-2. There's often a climax like a king of the hill who is the coolest guy in a free-for-all.
Ну, бывает зачастую финальной кульминацией как бы кто царь горы, кто круче всех. Один и вот все против одного.
Everything depends on how sincerely the character is playing their role, because there are, for example, villains, of course, not in the real sense of the word. A lot of people cheer for the bad guys. A great example is Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, who started his career as a villain character.
Дуэйн Джонсон Скала начинал свою карьеру в качестве именно плохого персонажа.
Я выступаю в образе амазонки постоянно.
I always perform as an Amazon, a warrior woman. My image was created not only by myself. We have stylists and scriptwriters who together take part in the whole process. Together, we create my image.
Вместе мы создали мой образ.
Образы пока еще мне не придумали. В принципе, образы варьируются
We
так.
didn't come up with a character for me yet. Sometimes I'm a good Popeye, the sailor man, sometimes a baby face. I get into the ring, everybody tells me that I'm a baby, and then they all end up on their backs. A good character suits me the most, but if you get me angry, then I'm more like a bad guy.
Там их берешь и на повалишь всех подряд. Мне больше добрый подходит образ. Но если меня вывести, конечно, то тогда уже лучше плохой делать.
Рестлинг в Украине появился.
Wrestling in Ukraine was born when I returned from a trip to China. I saw that they really like wrestling there. I thought that we should invite that show to Ukraine and that there must be something like that in Ukraine already, but there wasn't.
В конечном итоге, как я бросился в Украине.
We decided to create our own school and train people because I know that Ukraine is a country with great potential and produces some of the most talented people in the world.
Самые классные таланты и самые лучшие люди. Мы организовали.
We've created this school. It was a tough task and everything depended on our enthusiasm. But nevertheless, I like the results we had in 2 months when the guys started believing that we can do it. What did the guys who I trained have to go through? The biggest problem was the acting. He says that he can jump from the topmost ring ropes, do a triple somersault and fall the right way, but to act out necessarily or to say something properly is very hard. Our school and our style is still going to be particular. Ukrainian style is closer to Mexican than it is to American because we have more stunts and the show is more spectacular.
Процесс тренировки проходит с осмотра
The
физических.
training begins with the examination of a person's physical traits and features, his temper and abilities, shyness, or the lack thereof. Our training is mostly aimed at strengthening the vestibular system.
Обкрутку вестибулярного аппарата. В любом случае, все это должно быть прежде всего
In
безопасно.
any case, this must be first of all safe, meaning a wrestler must not get injured. Even a newcomer can watch and evaluate the training of more experienced wrestlers and decide whether he wants it or not.
И сам для себя понять, надо это ему или нет.
Несмотря на какой-то багаж знаний именно в спорте,
Despite some sports knowledge I had during my first training, the trainer said that I do know something. It wasn't really hard at the start, it was just a lot of new things, and to do them all correctly while avoiding trauma, you must not just know how to play your part well, but also your partner's part.
напарнику надо это не просто очень хорошо уметь, а еще уметь и за себя, и за него.
Как только я пришла в рестлинг, естественно, поначалу было сложно, так как
It was hard at first when I had just come into wrestling, because it was a new sport for me. I like martial arts, but I've never done something like that before. I had to train, so of course it was hard at first, but now, after 6 years, I've developed my technique. There were really hard stunts there. There was a lot of training, but we managed it all. We learned.
было много тренировок. Ну, как бы мы справляемся со всем, всему обучаемся.
Самое сложное поначалу было это разминка. То есть разминка у меня совсем не получалась. Я не мог сделать нормально сальто, я не мог перекувыркнуться через
The
сито.
hardest for me at first was the warm-up. I couldn't do the warm-up. I couldn't do a somersault and I couldn't do a salto. It is important not to be scared because I had fear when I started. I was afraid of the stunts performed here. You just see what they do here and think that they must be insane. I've had injuries because I was afraid, and now the fear is gone, and I can train and jump and leap around.
Получал травмы, ну а теперь как-то страх ушел, и после страха уже все, могу заниматься, могу прыгать, скакать.
Соревнований по рестлингу как таковых нет.
There aren't any wrestling competitions as such. Wrestling is mostly about the show, as is the case with the circus and other events involving actors and stuntmen.
Каскадеры.
Первое шоу было, конечно, страшно.
Of course, in the first show it was very scary to be on the stage in character, but after the first time I got impetus and motivation and really wanted to perform again.
Мотивация и захотелось выступать еще.
Рестлинг в Украине будет развиваться в любом случае. И
Wrestling in Ukraine is going to develop anyways, and it will most likely develop in leaps and bounds, sport and fun. Ukraine needs wrestling for the country's sports to advance to a more European and Western level.
есть и западный уровень.